Boy, I got lucky on this one. I couldn't figure out why 20 some years ago I took this apart, other than the fact, and I did find the problem. This is a AC to DC inverter piece. I fried this on this kicker years ago, and I went to that copper radio supply or copper electronics, and I bought 3 of these ones. Now this called for whatever the numbers were. The last 2 was 80. I don't know if that was for 80 watts, 80 volts, or whatever. But I couldn't find one with that number. And that one there is a 60. And they heat up and pop every once in a while. And I looked, I have a strip that had like 4 of them on it. And there's only 2 left, so maybe I was in the process of changing that. But I separated it all, got where nothing's touching. I did power it on and everything, it come on, the fan come on. All the lights lit up for the kicker. I didn't have no radio on it, so I just turned them on and off, but they did come on and off. Had me worried there for a while. They want big money. I see a junky one like that on eBay right now, and I think they want $600 for it. It's not a Superstar 500, but I've seen these over the years with 10 different names on them. I remember the night I bought this. It was late at night. I was talking on the radio. Guy tells me about a guy has one. Next thing you know, that guy's on there saying, "Yeah, I got a brand new one in the box." I think it was like $500. So me and my buddy jump in my truck, not thinking, drive all the way out 30 miles from here into another state. I did take a firearm with me, but I'm thinking, God, we're driving out here to who knows where, following this guy's lead to this trailer park with $500 cash to buy a damn kicker, going to end up getting robbed. But I pulled up to his trailer. He come out, said, "Come on in." Had this sitting on the table. Had some other stuff too, but I bought it, come home and hooked it up. On my dozy meter, it did about 400 and some watts. But like I say, it started frying that piece. Now I got the damn screw here. This is the screw that holds that in. If I can just find the spot where it used to go in. A little bit dusty in there. I should have had it. It's another one. Why didn't I cover this up? I'm running so far about 50-50 on stuff being good. I brought in all this stuff yesterday. I cleaned that 142 up and plugged it in. You hit the volume, all it does is scratches and growls and it's real loud, and the static from the knob is so loud that you can't hear the radio, and it doesn't key up. When I key it up now, the red light does come on and say it's transmitting, but there's no power going to my meter. So that tells me that something's wrong. This dirty one down here, it come on and works and don't work. But what's odd about both of these, I put them on the SWR meter, and neither one of them will go to the set position. No matter how much I turn the adjusting knob on my dozy meter, it won't go up to the set position on the SWRs on either one of these two 142s. That tells me something's wrong there. One puts out 1 watt sometimes, and then sometimes 6. The other one don't seem to be putting out anything at all. I got that one, them 142s. That thing there, blew a fuse. I put a new fuse in it. Plugged it in, it went rattled like hell, like you know how they click when they first start. If anybody has one of them, they make this real loud click when you first turn them on. It did that clicking about 3 times and blew the fuse again. And then these damn dozy meters. That one isn't a dozy, but that one there works on everything but your modulation, which there's a note for it. You can set your modulation set, but it won't give you a reading. That old Firebird there, look, the paper peeled off the gauge on that one. That one there, won't set or show you modulation. At least this dozy one here will set. And I have another one right here too. This one's the same way. This one here will not set when you go to set your for your modulation, but when you talk it moves. But your reading isn't right because you didn't set it first. So they all kind of like messed up differently. I got one more of these, just like this one, out in that truck, and I ain't got it in here. Don't have it in here yet. That I don't know if it's going to work or not. I started out, I had these dozy meters. Then I went to these. What is that? I can't remember. Model 400 somethings, aren't they? But then on one side I went to a beam, so I went to this meter, which is 3-way position switch too. And it seems to work fine. I was trying to talk on that president last night, but I didn't get anywhere. Everything works on that, it seems, and everything, and it puts out like a constant 5 watt. But the only trouble I had to jiggle this one button a little bit right here to make the meter work. Now, whether that needs a shot of some kind of cleaner or not, I don't know. That was my buddy Doc's radio. I'm not sure if he's still with us or not. Yeah, I got all that stuff figured out. And that meter. On these, check these out. I had these when I had a couple guys working for me. These were walkie-talkies, but they got freaks in them. I bought them, I think, for an extra, forget how much it was. He put the damn freak channels in them for me. It's pretty wild to be talking, you know, in them freak channels on a little handheld walkie-talkie. And he set it up where the freaks match my Cobra's radios. So if you go like to the low side of 2 or the high side of 2, the radio's the same. Because you don't have no freak counter to tell you where you're at. But that came in handy. We used these on job sites where we could talk and no other CBs were interrupting us. That's when there was a lot of CB travel. I'm so happy that works that it scares me. Damn thing go pop when I start talking on it or something. Like I say, I don't know why I still got the original one of them in the other room. I found it. And I found a thing that had 4 of them on it that's only got 2 now. I don't know if I was putting that in when I had this apart or what, but I know I'm 5 screws short too. Here on the magnet. I'm about to find some screws. I know I got some. Hey, well, that's where I'm at today. I did find a couple more power supplies. Funny that them 2 power supplies say the same thing on them, but one weighs twice as much as the other. Strange. I don't know why, but my 148 there, where the heck is it at? My 148 there with the freak counter and everything didn't turn on when I threw the power to it. I don't know if the power cord seemed jiggly. I don't know if that was it or what, but that'd be a shame because that's a good expensive radio too. So like I say, I'm running about 50-50. Half the shit works, half the shit don't work. But hey, after 20 years of sitting out there not covered up, getting hot and cold, I guess them odds are pretty good. My buddy's 142. He had it in a garbage bag on a shelf in his basement for them 20 years. And it was never cold. And it's a piece of junk. A mouse chewed the wire. We fixed that. As soon as we keyed up, it popped something in the AC power supply. So we plugged in the DC part of it. And it was okay, but every time you keyed up the mic, you key the mic for about 6 seconds and it'd pop out my 12-volt power supply. So that's telling you something wrong. That's a nice little unit, this little blabbermouth. You key that up and it gives you the power on your modulation. I would couple that with a 305, what the hell are them big black things? Thunderbolts or something that I have, a tube one. I would put that in front of it. Would make that thing talk like heck. I thought I had one more of these Blue Thunders. Must be out there in a box still in that truck. I got that truck about half emptied now, or a little more. Most of the radio shit out of it. And like I say, after seeing my buddy's radio, and his was even all dented up along the front here. It was so messed up that he decided we're not even going to take it, try to get it fixed. He's just going to buy a new one. He's going to give it to me for parts for this, because none of my meters worked on these 142s either. Forgot to mention that. So basically, they both went bad setting. My CB guy says he don't even like working on a 142. That's an odd thing. I don't know why I buy these kickers. Well, I had friends that when we stopped talking needed money and I bought it off of them, but I just like all the different kinds there is. If I could afford it, I'd have one of every one I seen sitting in there, probably. That's still not shown. I got one more used, one of them 150 Silver Streaks. I got 3 brand new ones in a box. I'm going to be selling some new stuff I got in a box. I don't know, I think you're allowed to sell on this channel, aren't you? On this site, aren't you? If not, let me know. Or if you are, let me know. Somebody let me know. And I wanted to mention that I had a couple sites on Facebook too, but I don't know if you're allowed to do that right here. I'm not going to mention it, I'm just going to hit it.